I have another original effect to share with you today. For this, you need the ace and 8 of any of the 4 suits. Now, since we both have seen the cards, why don't we mix them a bit with random choices being offered to you. How would you like these stacked? Right on left? Okay. Now, note to you as the performer, you can deal out the cards into 2 piles in this way with random stacking as many times, maybe they want left on right, as many times as the spectator asks for. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is show you some additional mixing you could or may not want to perform. You can deal out into 4 piles like this. We can stack the top row on the bottom or bottom on top. Spectator decides, maybe bottom on top. And then here they decide maybe right on left. Okay. So we can do one of those or several. Here's something else you could do if you would like, or at least offer it to the spectator. It's called an even up jog. You jog forward the even position cards with random stacking decided by the spectator. And then the final one we'll look at here is called a Pharaoh shuffle. You just break the cards exactly in half, and then you just interlace the cards perfectly. So you could do one of those or many of those. Okay. So once the cards are mixed to the satisfaction of the spectator, just deal out the cards into 2 piles. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to Klondike. This is where you take the top and bottom off as one. Remaining pair will be put on the right. Top and bottom off as one. Remaining pair right there. Now the spectator's free to choose either pair in each row for theirs. So maybe they want this one as their pair, and they want this one as their pair. Okay, so that leaves me this as my pair from the top. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these cards whisper in my ear information about what's in this pair of cards here. Now, I do want to point out that sometimes in magic, overall structure can be seen and recognized, but the details can be a bit blurry. Okay, so that may happen here. So I'm going to hold this up to my ear and see what the cards are willing to reveal to me. Okay, okay, what they reveal to me is your cards right here add to 7 without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, now, what about, oh, that's your, sorry, that's your pile. This is mine. Let's check this one here. What does it tell me? Oh, okay, that's pretty clear. It tells me that your cards here add to 11. Okay, 7, 11. That's easy to remember. Okay, is it true that your cards add to 7? Oh, it is indeed. And is it true that these cards add to 11? It is indeed. That is amazing. Okay, these cards, they really do reveal quite a bit about each other. They kind of tattletale on each other. Let's show you how this is done. It's quite easy, though I won't give all of the mathematical justification for this because I just don't want the video too long. Okay, so you just begin in the way that I did. And really, all I need to point out to you is that the dealing into 2 piles, random stacking, do as many of those as you like. Into 4 piles, same thing. Up jogs, even or odd, that's fine. Or a Pharaoh shuffle. Okay, so why don't we just do, we'll just do like left, right, and then maybe we'll do into 4 piles. Okay, I don't want to do too many of these. Maybe you want bottom on top, right on left. Okay, now, the final step, let me just show you the great secret here that will help you figure this out, is for each pile, remember we Klondike a pair, Klondike a pair, Klondike a pair here. Spectator freely chooses either one as theirs. You get the dregs, you get the remaining one, and the same thing here. They're free to choose either one. So here is the secret that makes this work. The pairs in the top row always add to the same number. And if you think about that, that's pretty darn amazing, and it is. And the mathematics we're not going to go into here. Same thing here. These 2 pairs have values that always add to the same number as each other. Okay, and so that's all. So here we got 10. Okay, so this must be a 4 and a 6, right? Okay, so here we got 8. So this better be what, a 3 and a 5. Okay, check that out. Now I do want to point out that depending on the pairings, there are times when, considering what you see here in yours, you might be able to deduce the exact values. So if you see a 3 and a 5, let's say you haven't looked at those yet. You don't know what those are, let's say. So I see a 3 and a 5. I know this adds to 8. Okay. Are there any other ways that you could use ace through 8 and get a sum of 8 that are not 3 and 5? Well, there is. You could have a 2 and a 6, right? 2 and 6 add up to 8 as well. So in that particular situation, you would not be able to know with confidence the exact values. So that's why it's safer to just give the sum. To say, well, can't see the exact values, but these add up to 8 over here. Okay. Whereas, let me just give you an example where you would know for sure. One of the pairs like that, and then you have a 2 and a 5. Okay. So let's say the top row is like this. These are the spectators. Here are yours. Well, if you see these, you know for sure that these cards must be the 2 and 3 because there's only one other way to get a sum of 5 from 1 through 8. So if you're looking at 4 and 1, which add to 5, you know that this pair must be the 2 and the 3. So depending on the makeup of the cards that you're given, you may be able to even precisely state the values of those cards. But at the very least, you will always be able to state their sum. Okay, so if you want to keep it safe, do that. But honestly, if you saw ace and a 4, it's pretty tempting to just go ahead and tell them, you have a 2 and a 3, and it must be the case, and you would be right. Okay, so anyway, that's the secret. And this will work for you every time. And then just be careful how many of those mixings you do because you don't want to bore the spectator. So thank you for watching and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.